6 screws that we have to loosen here. And then that's all your heads there. So it's recommended to use safety glasses, gloves, safety boots, and earplugs to install this system. So here we have the extator. That's just the parts of this. And then this is the hardware pack with the air system, and then we have the hardware for the fan transition, which is the one we're gonna assemble first. We got all the bolts here. That's for the transition. The bolt packet, we need some silicone there, so that looks like this. And here's your bits for the special bolts that we'll see later. I'll open up the silicone here. Man, the silicone gun. I like to put some silicone on the bottom there. These corners, we like to put some silicone there. Oops, that's a bit much. That'll work. Some on each corner on this transition. This is the one that's for the inside. Just like that, and then that piece is ready, and we'll assemble the outside piece. That one we like to put some silicone there. This piece, you put all the bolts in, just the small bolts, and then we'll tighten it all up and go to the next section. Now that we have it all assembled, pre-assembled the transition, this flange here, we'll save it for later. You'll see in a minute. The next step is slide together like that, and you want to put it like that, and then this guy number 5 going in here like that. We're going to use the 3/8 1/8. And the way it works pretty good is if you just have one slot shown on the side here. just like that. And then this number 4 goes up here. You see which way it goes. This way. Now that we have these assemblies ready to go in, go to the next step. We can reassemble another section here. We need these 3 pieces, and they will have numbers on them as well. Number 6, number 7, and number 8. So this number 6 looks very similar to the number 1, the other one that we already did. This piece here is just narrower than the other one was. That's why they're a little bit different. So bolt at the bottom. This is a half again. One on the other side. This is the number 8. It goes in like this here. And then this is the other assembly. We can do 5 more, and then we'll have them all ready to go in. Now, when you finish assembling the whole thing around on the outside, what we want to do next is, these are tight already, but you start tightening these bolts. You go here all the way around this one first, and then you can tighten these bolts. All these can be tightened. These and these, all these here, and then all the bolts for the sheets. They can all be tightened up, except for just this section here. You don't want to tighten anything there, because these got to slide down yet, and then put more bolts in here, and then tighten this up, and then we'll go to our next section. Okay, so the next step is we're going to slide these feet. These 4 bolts in there, 2 on each side. do that from both sides, tighten them, and they're all the way down here like that, and then do all of them like that, and then these center ones, and then we'll go to the next step. Okay, and then when these are tight, you just then you can drill all these and have those bolts with the rubber seal on there. Put them in from the outside, put the knot on, and tighten them down. So then the next step, you want to make sure it's pretty level, nice and level there. You want to look at it from a few different spots. You probably need to slide it a little bit if it's not there. This one is already leveled, so that's good to go. And then we'll go to the next step. And when it's all done, you want to put a little bit of silicone on the top here, like that. Okay. Okay, now we're up to this point. Now the next step we want to do is just chair it the right way and prepare so that the manhole is in the middle of these two legs. And then we'll go to the next step. Okay, so now that we have this thing all tightened down, you can see here, it's time to put the transition in. And we'll put this piece in first like this. Just slide it on there. You can do it whichever side you want on the bin. We're going to do it on this side here. Put another nut on there. Then just it sits flush there, and then we're going to mark these holes, drill a couple of them, and we're going to go from the outside. And now that we have the holes all drilled all the way around, you can use this angle flash for a template so that we can mark here. So then you take it off. Cut around your line, and then you'll have your hole there. Then we'll go to the next step. All right, and then you want to put that angle flange on this piece here. Just put the 3/8 bolts in all the way around and tighten them up, and then we'll go to the next step. Put silicone around here. We'll put it on, go to the next step. We got some bolts started here, so we'll just put all the bolts in on the way around. Okay, and then we'll just tighten all the bolts, and then we'll go to the next step. To install this fan, you need a 21/64 drill bit. Drill these holes, and then you use these special bolts that make their own threads in there. It's at 3/8, and then that will go in like this. And that's good. You don't tighten it too much. That's how you install a Cyclone Air system from Norbit. And thanks for watching.